Remember that kid's book about Chicken Little and the sky falling? Now, imagine Chicken Little not just panicked about the sky falling down on his head, but armed with an ancient prophecy and a calendar just happening to be marked on the date for the next solar eclipse. I mean, that really sounds absurd, doesn't it? But yet I feel like we are in a modern day fable or fairy tale. You know, predictions of doom are whispered, even shouted on the internet. Oh, it's going to happen on the total eclipse, which is happening on April 8th in the United States. This includes biblical prophecies and wildly circulating rumors that the government knows something we don't, which is why they are announcing, go out and hoard food and water. So in today's video, we're kind of like peeling back the apocalyptic prophecies and internet rumors, that are propagating much like Chicken Little's frantic warnings. And I want you to meet them with curiosity rather than fear. We're going to delve into what's truly behind those biblical prophecies and government conspiracy theories. And I believe that this solar eclipse should inspire wonder, not fear. So hi, I'm Prepper Potpourri, and I have been making videos on prepping, emergency preparedness, food preservation, cooking, gardening, and a lot of subjects for over a decade on YouTube. So if you're interested in fact-based content and not emergency preparedness fear-mongering, I urge you, subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. And I feel that this kid's book is not just about a chicken who is afraid of the sky falling, but it's imbued with wisdom for our times, especially when confronted with dark prophecies. So as we dissect the claims about the government, advisories on storing essentials, let's apply the lessons that we could learn from that kid's book. Well, number one, don't form conclusions based on insufficient data. I believe in the kid's book, an acorn fell on Chicken Little's head, and that's where he started to think that the sky was falling based on one incident. So it's crucial to ask, do we have all the facts? If you really check into history and science, it teaches us that these celestial events are not harbingers of doom, but predictable phenomena. Now, disclaimer, I'm not a biblical scholar, but neither are most of the people from spreading this biblical prophecy. There's one passage that is often quoted as proof of divine judgment related to the total eclipse. Let me read it for you. Ezekiel 32:7. When I extinguish you, I will cover the heavens and darken their stars. I will cover the sun with a cloud, and the moon will not give its light. Okay, definitely doesn't sound good. Maybe end of times, and maybe an example of divine judgment. With that being said, there's no date in the Bible nor location. And eclipses are regular events. There is a total eclipse usually somewhere every 18 months to 2 years. And there's partial eclipses that occur a lot more often. So there have been thousands of eclipses since that passage in the Bible was written. So no way to know, what total eclipse is related to that prophecy. And I have to say, those of you in America, what hubris that you think it's only your total eclipse. Not the one happening next year in Spain or the one that's happening in Africa in 2030. No, it has to be about you and America. And believe it or not, the Bible was not written just for Americans. Now, some YouTubers aren't referring to biblical prophecies. Instead, they believe that there's a cover-up from the U.S. government. They know that something catastrophic is going to happen the same time as the total eclipse. And various municipalities and states are issuing warnings, such as stock up on food and water and gas. Some schools are closing, and the FAA has also issued a warning for flights and airports. So kind of sounds sinister. What do they know that we don't know? Okay, again, let's delve into that a little bit further. A lot of small towns, let's say 5,000, 6,000 people, are all of a sudden going to have this great influx of 1,000 or more tourists just coming to their little town to see the total eclipse because the path just happens to go over their town. I heard of, I think it was state parks in Texas. They opened up 50 campsites and they had over 15,000 requests. So this warning is not about a catastrophe that the government knows about. Well, I guess maybe a little catastrophe. They just want to warn towns that they're going to have all these people and they might have limited food on their shelves. So get what you need before all the tourists come in. And there are going to be some traffic tie-ups. Now, interesting enough, where I live, we are only going to see about 94% of the totality. And I haven't seen our government issuing any warnings other than, do not look straight at the eclipse because it may harm your eyesight. So those warnings are going in the areas of the path of the total eclipse, but it is because of the hordes of people expected. Now, this is important. Number 2, avoid spreading unfounded fear the way Chicken Little did, telling everybody about it and getting people to follow. And Chicken Little didn't live in the digital age like we do. So believe me, fear and misinformation can spread faster than ever before. Now, I think we're all here. We got to dial down the panic, reminding everybody that the total eclipse is just a moment of cosmic beauty, not a prelude to the apocalypse. But this is the part that I want to stress. We're unraveling the myths and reality surrounding the eclipse, but there's a crucial role that often goes unnoticed. And that's the part we all play in the story. Much like Chicken Little and his friends who spread the panic, we could do the same. Every click and every share of fear-based content adds to the spread of information. Now, I don't know about you, but I've seen a lot of these videos pop up on my YouTube homepage, but I haven't clicked on a single one. Because clicking on that YouTube video tells the YouTube algorithm, oh, I want to receive more content like that, and I don't want to. And also, it sends a message to the YouTube creator that I want, and many others want, if their views keep raising, fear-based content. So really, the viewers are the reason that creators produce fear-based content. It generates money for them. Here's where our power lies. Just as easy as we can spread fear, we can spread knowledge, curiosity, and critical thinking. Question those sensational headlines. Seek out facts before forwarding that next viral video. It will help us become guardians against the tide of baseless fear and anxiety. And number 3, extraordinary claims need extraordinary evidence. So extraordinary claims, they need solid proof, not just hearsay or speculation by those self-proclaimed experts. And again, Chicken Little's story warns us about taking somebody's word without scrutiny. We live in an era of abundant information. Always seek extraordinary evidence before you believe an extraordinary prediction. So I urge you, channel your inner skepticism and curiosity as we explore the eclipse, armed not with panic, but with a desire to uncover the truth amidst all the sea of misinformation out there. Together, let's turn that narrative around from one of fear to one of fascination and unity. So let's live in a community. Instead of inflating a problem, we deflate the myths with truth. And we won't share that echo of Chicken Little's panic, but share the light of understanding and reason. You know, as we stand in the shadow of the eclipse, let it be a reminder to our collective ability to illuminate the dark, to choose curiosity over fear and knowledge over speculation. Gosh, I sound like a preacher, don't I? But it's something I really, truly believe. So, before the next end of days prophecy, doomsday, or conspiracy video, take a moment. Ask yourself, is this spreading light or casting shadows? Together, let's make our digital village one that thrives on wisdom, not on the wings of unfounded fear. Thank you, and I hope you all enjoy the eclipse, but wear your glasses.